Tonight, we do not celebrate, we do not laugh. Tonight, we gather to mourn and to remember the death of Jesus of Nazareth. We remember the sacrifice of God, his Son, perfect, blameless, paid as a ransom to save the brokenness that he created. We remember the searing pain of loss, Mary's loss, Joseph's loss, the loss felt by the disciples of Mary Magdalene and Mary, the mother of James, who would find him resurrected 3 days later. We remember that our triune God is no stranger to pain and unbearable grief we carry when we are struck with despair. So sit with me today and lament. We know that Sunday is coming, but tonight is Friday, and tonight we mourn with those who mourn. And in our mourning, we remember what's been torn away: a son from his mother, a friend from his brothers and sisters, the weight of our sin, the temple veil that separated us from the Holy of Holies, the place in the Jewish temple where God sat, the 3-inch thick veil, also torn. Tonight we remember what it is like when we only know darkness and the light is far away. We look back on the time that it was not known when the curtain was torn. It was not just a desecration, but a sign of freedom. We remember the days where there is only anger, agony, and confusion. Framing our song tonight is a song, Were You There? A traditional hymn, a song of mourning, a song written by slaves, a song of people in captivity, written by our long-gone brothers and sisters suffering at the hands of those that came before us. Though freedom comes, tonight we remember the agony of the cry, my God, why have you forsaken me? We remember the dark nights that only through faith did we know that the sun would rise.
Yesterday with feasting, we remembered the Last Supper, God's promise to deliver his people from slavery in Egypt, the promise of hope and light.
The people walking in the darkness have seen a great light. On those living in the land of a deep darkness, a light has dawned, but the light is. In the center, we see the Christ candle, Jesus Christ, the Son of God, who took away all the sins from the earth. Then the whole company of them arose and brought him before Pilate. And they began to accuse him, saying, We found this man misleading our nation and forbidding us to give tribute to Caesar, and saying that he himself is Christ the King. And Pilate asked him, Are you the king of the Jews? You have said so. Then Pilate said to the chief priests and the crowds, I find no guilt in this man. But they were urgent, saying, He stirs up the people, teaching throughout all Judea, from Galilee even to this place.
Were
flogged him. And the soldiers twisted together a crown of thorns and put it on his head, and arrayed him in a purple robe. They came up to him saying, "Hail, King of the Jews!" and struck him with their hands. Pilate went out again and said to them, "See, I am bringing him out to you, that you may know I find no guilt in him." So Jesus came out wearing the crown of thorns and the purple robe. Pilate said to them, "Behold the man!" When the chief priests and the officers saw him, they cried out,
"Crucify him!
Crucify him!
Crucify him!
Pilate said to them, "Take him yourselves and crucify him, for I find no guilt in him." So they took Jesus, and out he went, bearing his own cross, to the place called the place of his skull, which in Aramaic is called Golgotha. There they crucified him, and with him 2 others, one on either side, and Jesus between them.
Were you there when they nailed him to the tree? Were you there when they nailed him to the tree? Well, sometimes it caught you to tremble, tremble, tremble. Were you there when they nailed him to the tree?
Pilate also wrote an inscription and put it on the cross. It read, "Jesus of Nazareth, the King of the Jews." Many of the Jews read this inscription, for the place where Jesus was crucified was near the city, and it was written in Aramaic, in Latin, and in Greek. So the chief priests of the Jews said to Pilate, "Do not write King of the Jews, but rather this man said, 'I am the King of the Jews.'" Pilate answered, "What I have written, I have written."
When the soldiers had crucified Jesus, they took his garment and divided them into 4 parts, 1 part for each soldier. Also his tunic. But the tunic was seamless, woven in one piece from top to bottom. So they said to one another, "Let's not tear it, but cast for lots to see who shall it be." This was to fulfill the scripture which said, "They divided my garment among them, and for my clothing they cast lots."
Were you there when they stripped him of his robe? Were you there when they stripped him of his clothes?
So the soldiers did these things, but standing by the cross of Jesus were his mother and his mother's sister, Mary the wife of Clopas and Mary Magdalene. When Jesus saw his mother and the disciple whom he loved standing nearby, he said to his mother, "Woman, behold your son." Then he said to the disciple, "Behold your mother." And from that hour the disciple took her to his own home. It was now about the 6th hour, and there was darkness over the whole land until the 9th hour, while the sun's light failed, and the curtain of the temple was torn. After this, Jesus, knowing that all was now finished, said, "I thirst." A jar full of sour wine stood. So they put a sponge full of the sour wine on a hyssop branch and held it to his mouth. When Jesus had received the sour wine, he said, "It is finished."
Eloi! Eloi! Lama sabachthani!
Curious to see